The inspiring story of one person who fought to break down barriers and just made her debut on Broadway. We're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race winner, Jinkx Monsoon, who's starring in the musical Chicago. Christina Ruffini met her at the historical Stonewall Inn here in New York City to talk about gender-blind casting, her journey to sobriety, and how a little magic might help even the most jaded among us.
Are you ready? It's gonna be kind of cuckoo banana crackers.
Jinkx Monsoon knows how to make an exit.
Everyone gets a signature, then everyone gets a photo. You just have to stick around.
But it's her entrance into the high-stakes 8 shows a week world of Broadway.
Ask any of the chickies in my pen.
That has audiences doing, well, this.
That's very surreal and incredible to me. I'm somewhere I never expected to be as a scrappy dive bar drag queen, you know?
This month, Jinkx premiered as Mama Morton in the Ambassador Theater's production of Chicago. There's no wink, wink, nod, nod with your casting. You are just cast in a role, and that's it.
The fact that I got my Broadway debut and am fulfilling a mission statement of mine to show the world that it doesn't matter the gender identity of the human being playing the character. All that matters is that you get the character.
And character has always been at the core of Jinkx Monsoon.
And all that jazz.
She got her start at 15, performing drag in her hometown of Portland. But she always wanted to be on the somewhat more traditional stage. So she began auditioning for, and landing, female roles.
It was in all the magazines at the time.
Then in 2012, she landed on the popular reality show, RuPaul's Drag Race.
Jinkx Monsoon.
Initially an underdog, she won her season. Then was invited back for a championship series.
Jinkx Monsoon.
Winning over fans and the judges by being herself, as well as several other people.
I've been dead for quite some time.
I have been stopped quite a bit.
But overnight success came with consequences. Pressure to perform both on and off stage left Jinkx struggling with her own identity and using alcohol to cope.
I woke up one morning and I said, I feel like a thermometer that just reached the top. I'm done.
What made you realize you needed to have that conversation?
I think it was a big realization that I didn't need it anymore. And a big part of that was really celebrating my gender identity for myself, publicly. I'm an introverted person in an extroverted career, and alcohol helped with that.
So it was stressful.
Yeah, but you know what helps with that now? Witchcraft and therapy.
Strange magic.
She's replaced the ritual with actual rituals.
I would just look at all the stones and pick up some, and it's always something you need in your life.
You guys are gonna love this one. I just picked up the one that relieves anger.
Get 2 bottles.
Did you think it too? And whether you believe it works or it works because you believe it, Jinkx says it's really about learning to let things go.
It is human nature to want to feel connected to something more than just what's going on right now, especially when things are kind of bleak.
As drag has slayed and sashayed its way into mainstream entertainment, it's also become a target, with more than 140 attacks and threats on drag shows in the last year, including a mass shooting at a performance in Colorado Springs. Do you ever feel unsafe performing, and do you feel more unsafe now than you did 10 years ago?
I mean, no. And that's sad to say, actually. But, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I've felt these moments before. And I felt scared. This is still an act of revolution because of what we still face out there.
And even those who appreciate the performance still sometimes struggle to acknowledge or understand the performers. Some of it comes from a bad place, but some of it I think maybe doesn't. So for people who don't get it, what would you say to them?
What I tell my mom, who's of a certain generation. You want to get it, right? So you gotta start putting in the work, you know? The way I approach talking to people on this subject is with as much patience and compassion as I believe that person deserves.
So patience to the point of participation, almost.
Yes, I'm a slightly competitive person.
When she runs out of patience for the real world, Jinkx goes virtual.
You were at the finish line and you went the wrong way.
The PlayStation goes everywhere she does, even on tour.
So that's now how I unwind at the end of the night, because booze ain't sustainable. There is a big community of LGBTQ plus gamers, because you get to kind of decide who you want to be in the game.
And for maybe the first time, who Jinkx wants to be has finally caught up to who she is.
Line.
In the virtual world, the theater world,
When you're good to mama.
and most importantly, real life.
We know who's right. It's the people wanting people to be themselves and enjoy their lives. Life's too short to live it pretending to be someone else.
Mama's got tell ya.
Life is too short to live it pretending to be someone else.
That's it. That's it. That is the mantra. That is the relatability for everyone watching to who she is, what she does, and what she's overcome.
Yes.
That's it. You know, she said, you don't have to like drag. You don't have to be into what I'm doing. But if some people are and it brings them joy, life is kind of hard. Just like let them have
enjoy
it.
it.
Just let them enjoy it. So I did bring a little present for you guys.
What you got?
So when we were at the witchcraft shop, I purchased an extra anger stone. So I don't know which person at the table.
I was about to
feels
say,
like
are
they
you
might
making a suggestion?
I'm going to go in the middle of the table. I'm making no judgment as to who needs the anger stone. But this is, maybe we can give it to executive producer Shauna Thomas. She's not angry either, but you know.
Let's see, who could I vote on here
manager wants
in the studio?
Oh, we'll give it to Patty.
Time cues. There we go.
Perfect. There we go.
If you've never been to a drag show, there is a joy, there is a fun-spirited nature that comes from it. It's a blast.
She has a lot of people cheering her on. What was opening night like?
Opening night was insane. I mean, that audience was there to see her, and it was a moment of celebration, it felt like, for the whole community. The couple in front of us had flown from Portland, where she's from, just to see her. They brought her flowers, they brought her a card, they waited outside. And if you saw that opening shot, they have to do that every night. They have to put up those barricades. She comes out, signs all those autographs, and she stays until everybody gets one.
Makes you want to go see it. As for the anger stone, someone who shall remain nameless said you should keep it. John Tower. John Tower. That's Jon. Christina, thank you.
Thank you, guys.